Hey, thanks for joining me. Another video tonight. This one is going to be more about myself, just a short one. I never actually counted since I decided to do this, but I decided to count today, and I quit drinking when I decided. Well, not immediately, but shortly after I decided to pursue fighting. And I mean, just to put things into perspective, I wouldn't really consider myself an alcoholic or, someone with a, serious drinking problem or anything like that. I wouldn't drink every day, certainly. I mean, and there were weekends where I wouldn't drink at all, many weekends. But um, my problem was more in the, when I would drink, it would be a lot. And I was very pressured into drinking. Whenever there was a gathering with drinking, I would usually, you know, drink. 99 times out of 100, I would drink. Um, and sure, there are rare occasions where maybe over a short dinner, or maybe some people are having a beer or two, I might just have a Coca-Cola or abstain from drinking. That's usually because the night before I really drank too much and I just don't feel like drinking. Um, but yeah, so it's been 45 days. I don't know if that's the longest ever. It might be the longest I've ever abstained from alcohol uh, since I've stopped drinking. I mean, started drinking rather as a teenager. And I do remember I did quit alcohol before moving to Madrid, and that was in the Philippines. I quit while I was there for a few reasons. I won't go into it, but I think I might have gone 2 months at least without drinking. Yeah, might have gone over 2 months actually. But yeah, how do I feel now? Um, Certainly, one thing that's improved is uh, my I would say when I go to the bathroom for number one, when I piss, it's uh, it's quite good. I've also actually drank. One thing I've done also is been drinking a lot more water. I'm trying to do that earlier throughout the day. Um, Usually in the first 6 hours of my day, I'm gonna drink maybe 3 or 4 liters, maybe yeah, 4 or 5 actually. Nowadays, and then maybe a few more throughout the day, a couple more. And so yeah, going to the bathroom has been, I think, quite healthy um, all throughout. I don't miss, waking up the day after drinking and just feeling horrible. So one thing also I've improved is my sleep, and I don't know if that's related to not drinking. Um, I've lost weight also a little bit, and I'm sure that contributes a bit. Um, yeah. What else? Uh, the spending, I guess it's negligible. I mean, I do spend a lot. I do buy I would say, lower to mid-tier whiskey sometimes, and I don't buy the cheapest beer. I like to try different beers and buy IPAs, which are generally more expensive. So I did spend a good amount on alcohol. So yeah, and that's going to better things. Um, but yeah, really, alcohol is something I shouldn't have been doing, and I think it was, I was certainly aware of it, but it's not something that I would really worry about too much, and I would abuse a lot. You know, the fact that I was taking medication for my back a lot, and that's also something I've kind of cut down on a lot. I'll admit I'm still taking it, and I do deal with pain some here and there. But you know, I was taking it a lot more before when I was drinking, and certainly mixing that, you know, and that was something I was aware of and I was abusing, and but I wasn't too bothered with it. Now that, you know, I was thinking about that earlier, and that's serious, you know. I get really fucked up sometimes. Like I have 4 beers and a couple of my pain meds, and you know, I'll be in fucking, you know, like messed up, like really hardly walk straight, and you know, seem like dizzy, and breathing really slow and relaxed, and sedated almost, you know, like um but that's something I think that certainly took a toll on me, you know. You wake up from a week like a Saturday where you go crazy. You might have 6 beers, and I might have popped, you know, maybe a few extra of those pills, and you know, probably didn't eat well that night either, and slept really late, right? You wake up the next day, and dude, I mean, sometimes even like and when there's cocaine, wow, the next day you feel like you're gonna die. No, no, I mean, I'm sure people who see this video will understand what I'm saying. And that takes a toll on you. It's not just the immediate effect of like that day you feel shitty, right? Sure, the next day you feel better, but you won't be at 100%, I think, the next day even from a night like that I just described. And this is not, and then maybe the day after you certainly might finally feel okay and forgotten about it already. It's not even a factor anymore too much that you're aware of. But these things, I think, take a prolonged toll in your body. I mean, cells die in that process. You know, your time is also wasted because the next day you're not productive as well. That night you certainly weren't productive. You do damage in your body. Your body's expending its energy to make you recover from this night of feeling good, you know. So this is a diet soda. Well, sugar free. This doesn't have any sugar in it. It's Pepsi Max. So um, I don't miss those. Those are some of the most horrible experiences of my life. Especially the later ones, you know, with age. And, you know, I remember some nights with my wife, my sister, and maybe some of the guys she's seeing, you know, maybe a few other friends might be there, and playing cards, and drinking a lot, and smoking cigarettes, and cocaine, maybe some weed. And back then I wasn't smoking that much weed. Um, or even points where I wasn't smoking at all. But yeah, those kind of nights, you know, the day after were really really bad, you know, and people, my sister can attest to that. My wife obviously can attest to that, Pam. Um, but these are, yeah, I feel a lot better. I mean, generally, and I know I can't really pinpoint, I can't really attribute it to one thing. But I believe that, you know, being 45 days of not drinking has certainly contributed to this um, whole feeling that I have of generally feeling a lot stronger, you know, a lot faster, um, with my movements, a lot more, you know, healthier generally, with more energy and everything. Um, so look, I mean, I don't know if how common it is for fighters. I know like people like Michael Bisping and certainly John Jones likes to party. That's well known, and yeah, a lot of fighters like to drink beers or a couple of beers here and there, maybe three beers every other night. I don't know. But me, look, I smoke more weed than I'd like to. I abuse it, but I don't drink. And even when I, cut down on the weed or finally quit weed, if and when I decide to do that, I don't, I'm not going to go back to drinking. You know, I think that's going to be something I'm going to avoid during my fight career. I might have some very light alcohol with a meal for a celebration, post fight, for example. Why not? Like have a really nice meal and maybe some wine or a very like a couple of nice beers, with that, with a proper glass. There's nothing like that feeling. I'm open to that, but that's it. Maybe in New Year's I'll have some cava, but no, not nothing like before. Um, but yeah, I think it's also something you would appreciate. I would appreciate more. Um, you know, but yeah, that's just a quick update on that. I'm feeling great. I'm gonna continue this. Maybe once I think if I remember correctly, I'll talk to some of my family and friends about this, but to figure out how long it was. I'd say it was somewhere between 3 and 4 months. The first time I stopped drinking. Maybe once I hit a 6 month point, I'll post another video about this. I haven't really looked into other people's accounts, um, as to like what they feel, or how their life has changed, how their bodies has changed from quitting for prolonged periods. I don't even know if because things like cannabis, for example, I've quit that as well in the past for long periods of time, and I'm more versed in the sort of changes people go through from having a cannabis habit and quitting, and what happens to your brain and body and all that stuff. Alcohol, I would imagine that there's a more pronounced physical effect, especially if you're a daily drinker and consume a lot of alcohol. You probably see a more pronounced effect versus who I was, who was just like, most probably I would drink is, maybe from a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But, I've never really had a everyday phase where Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for weeks and weeks and weeks or months, a couple of months where I drank every day. No, it's never happened to me. So, yeah, I mean, I'll share other things. There's been a lot of changes, but I feel like this topic on its own is worth of the video. Um, I will post more videos about you know what's changed physically. Like the state I'm in right now is I'm so happy about it. Like I feel great. I feel light. I feel strong and fast, and everything's a lot easier. I mean, physically related to things like you know cleaning the house or taking the. I have a big, almost 9 month old Great Dane who's she's not too hard to walk, but sometimes she can go a bit crazy, and she likes to jump sometimes. So things like that, has been a lot easier, becoming stronger. And given the fact that she's also growing in this process, and I find that I can handle her better, and when I need to. So, um, yeah, there's so many things really. I mean, in terms of like becoming a strong person, and I think she knows I'm talking about her because she just turned her head over and made a sound. But yeah, I'll be sharing more of those things. So yeah, yep, keep hydrated. Thanks again for joining me, and please like the video, subscribe. Your support will be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much if you've watched previous videos. If you're one of my subscribers who are following my content, I really appreciate your support. And yeah, stay tuned. More videos to come soon. Bye bye.